Today I'm going to show you how to make some awesome weapon displays in Hytale, but I also wanted to tell you that this isn't going to be just limited to weapons. We're going to be able to show you how to rotate items in any direction and place them anywhere you want. We can also do this with NPCs to bring your villages to life, as well as almost every piece in the game for unlimited creative combinations. And so I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you find it useful, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more. Let's get right into it. All right, so first things first, if you're in adventure mode and you want to get into creative, all you need to do is hit / and type in OP space self and hit enter. And from here, we can simply hit the O key to toggle in and out of adventure and creative mode. All right, so let's make our way over here into like the weapons merchant area. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hit tab. And it's going to bring us into our inventory menu. Now, again, we have to be in that creative mode. We're going to go on up here to the builder's tools, and we're going to go and select this entity tool and drag it down into our hotbar. Now what we're going to do is close out of our inventory, and we're going to hit the key on our hotbar to pull up the brush. So we have this assigned to 9. From here, we're going to hit the E key. And this is going to give us a NPC items and models selection tab up here. We're going to go to items, and over here you can see you could search pretty much anything. If you want an axe, we'll type in axe. Here's all of the ones available. You can do pickaxes, we can do swords. So let's just go ahead and grab a sword. And they're ones that aren't even available to be used in the game at the moment. So let's grab this flame longsword. We're going to just do that by simply double clicking it. And you can see over here on the left, it's actually putting it in our materials section. And one thing we can do from this screen as well is we can rotate this by sliding this to the right or left. And we can also scale this up or down. So if we want to make this a small kind of like mini version of this sword, we can scale this all the way down to a very small version, or we can even scale this up to a gigantic version of the sword if you want to do some kind of statue, which is really neat. But for now, let's just go ahead and leave this at the 1.0 scale. Now once you have this ready, you can hit spawn. I forgot to mention too, you can spawn in more than one item if you'd like. But let's just stick to one for now. Now we're gonna hit spawn here, and what that's gonna do is it's gonna put it out here for us to manipulate and do some other things. You can see over here we have swords hanging upside down. We've got them on different angles on these walls and things like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna left click, and it's gonna allow us to now select and move this where we wanna go. So if we want to put this on this wall here, we're already pretty much set up for what we need. We could just simply left click and place that on the wall. But there's a lot more to this. Now, if you don't like where it's at, we can just left click again. And let's say we wanted to put it on this back wall here. Well, you can hit R to rotate. And then we can left click any one of these colored wheels to rotate in that direction of the wheel by just clicking. You don't have to click and hold. You just click once and you can move your mouse around to rotate it any way you choose. Now, let's say maybe we want to hang it or actually maybe place it up against that pillar over there in the corner. Let's go on this angle here. Let's grab this blue wheel and let's like kind of angle this one back slightly like this. And once we're finished, we can kind of click left click one more time. And then we're going to hit T to go back into this mode here. Now, if it's a little bit too close, we can scroll forward on our mouse wheel and bring this back. And now let's just go ahead and put this right up against the wall here. You want to get it to where it's not clipping. You can clip these through the wall and you can do some really creative things. But if we want to make it look like it's actually against that, let's go ahead and just left click and place it down right there. Now for the duplication feature, it's the absolute biggest time saver. It came in clutch when creating this custom countertop out of rugs and slabs. So let's say if we want to take these beams that I've rotated here for the mounts, all we need to do is left click on the piece, hold down shift, hit C. That is going to copy that exact piece at the angle that we had it. You don't need to go in and respawn and re-angle everything. So you can bring this and simply place it anywhere you want by left clicking. And let's say you no longer want this here, or maybe you selected the incorrect piece, just left click and then hit delete. That's going to get rid of it for you. And as I stated, this thing is not just for display items, this is also for NPCs. So if you want to notice how we got the Quebec in here, we're just going to search them. There are a ton of different models that we can select. This one in the back here, my merchant, is actually the rootling, and we can go ahead and spawn in as many as we want. Let's stick to one at the moment. So when we spawn them in too, we can simply click and maneuver and manipulate them just like we did the other items. And then the other cool thing too is if you do not want them to move about in your village, all you need to do is hit the F button, and you can see over there it says successfully frozen NPC of type Quebec I hope I'm saying that right, rootling, and what this will do is it'll keep them in that same exact spot. Now you can see if you do not freeze them, some of them are actually going to move around your village, which is a really nice touch. You can also do this with things like the ravens and the crows that you see up above this treehouse. So have fun with this stuff. You can spawn in the deer, it doesn't matter. You can just go wild. It's not really impacting your survival experience because, for one, you can't use the swords on the display. These NPCs aren't really giving you anything additional, so you can still play survival and enjoy it while making some very creative stuff inside of your villages. I hope you found today's video useful, and if you did, consider subscribing to the channel. We're going to drop a lot more tips and tricks videos like this to help you with your creative side in Hytale. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll catch you all in the next one.